Hey guys, welcome back to Hike Oregon. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some tips and tricks on how to prevent blisters as well as care for blisters when you're hiking and backpacking. If you are new here, welcome to the Hike Oregon family. I make hiking and backpacking vlogs as well as gear reviews and just general tips and tricks videos to help you become a more confident hiker and backpacker. If you enjoy content like that, click that red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified every time I make a new video. And if you want more content from me, you can always support me over on Patreon, where for as little as just $1, you get 2 extra videos a month. So let's get into this quick video. Pretty much everyone that I hike and backpack with has at one point struggled with blisters, whether it be on day hikes or backpacking trips. I have struggled with blisters myself until I found some solutions. Now, just because I have found a solution does not mean the solution works for everybody, and I myself still get blisters sometimes if there are certain situations that arise. So I have always been a person that got blisters like in between my toes, like where my toes rub together while I'm hiking, as well as the bottom of my feet. So something that helped me with the blisters in between my toes was getting some Eugene toe socks. I know these are not a solution for everyone and not everyone likes wearing toe socks. I like the actual toe socks. They also have liners. So my friend actually wears the liners underneath her Smart Wool socks or Darn Tough socks, and she really likes that combo as well. So figuring out your sock combo will be a complete game changer as far as blisters go. Same thing goes for your shoes. I used to wear hiking boots when I went backpacking, and because they are not as breathable as, let's say, trail runners that have like the mesh uppers and stuff like that. Most hiking boots are some sort of leather or synthetic leather, and they just don't breathe as well. So making sure that your feet are not just drenched in sweat all day, making sure that they can breathe, that they can air out, will definitely help prevent you from getting blisters. So I have switched to wearing a trail runner when I go backpacking in the summer especially, and it's been an absolute game changer. I no longer get blisters with the Eugene toe sock and trail runner combo. 2 situations that I can think of where I still do get blisters, and those are if my feet get really wet. So for example, if I have a creek crossing, I tried to rock hop over and didn't navigate well and my foot got wet, or if I had a creek crossing that I did barefoot and then didn't dry my feet off well enough afterwards and put my socks back on, or if my feet got a little bit sandy or dirty or something like that, can easily rub the skin away and create a blister situation, or just an open wound, which is even worse. Another situation that I still sometimes get blisters, not often because I'm very conscious of this, is if my pack weight is too heavy. So sometimes I get blisters on the bottom, on the soles of my feet, if my pack weight is too heavy for too long, which those blisters are some of the worst and most uncomfortable because it is really hard to alleviate the pressure because it's on the bottom of your foot and you have to walk, right? So I highly recommend finding the cause of your blisters, whether it be pack weight, your feet are staying too wet too long, your toes are rubbing together, maybe your shoes are slightly too small or they rub at a certain point. Seeing how your blisters are being created is really important so that you can find a solution. Now, if you do get blisters on the trail, there are a few things you can do. One of them is moleskin. However, moleskin has never worked for me. I have tried to make this work so many times, it always falls off right away. I've just always had issues with moleskin, so I decided to just no longer even pack it. But basically what you do with moleskin basically are creating a cushion around the blister so that you're not putting pressure on the blister. So you want to basically cut out like a little circle for the blister, put the moleskin like around it. I don't know, it doesn't stay. Personally, as soon as I put my sock and shoe on and walk 2 steps, the moleskin has come off. If it works for you, great. It has not worked for me. Basically, what creates the pain in the blister is the fluid that is filling up the blister. I highly recommend that you drain your blister. So in my backpacking first aid kit, I always have a needle with me. And this needle has come in handy on pretty much every backpacking trip, whether it be for myself or for my friends. I basically sanitize the needle. Like, I light my lighter and then I put the needle through it. You want to put a few holes around the edge of the blister so that it drains nice and equally. This is best done right before you go to bed. And then you also want to put some antibacterial ointment on the blister to keep it from getting infected in any way. In the morning, your blister should have expelled all the liquid and it should feel much, much better. Now, I wouldn't do anything with the skin. If you peel away that skin, there's just raw flesh underneath it, and that can really get irritated. So I recommend, unless it's already ripped or peeling off or something, leave that skin alone. Blister will have drained, the skin will still be there. Now I highly recommend putting some sort of tape over it. That skin that was over the blister bubble, it's still going to be moist and can rip easily and or create a new blister. So I have had something happen where I've had a blister created on top of a current blister and it was just a nightmare. I highly recommend Leuko tape for this. Leuko tape is really nice and soft, but it sticks really well, so it's not going to come loose like a band-aid will. I highly recommend cutting yourself a little bit of Leuko tape, putting it over that blistered area. After it has drained, it should be good to go. You shouldn't actually really feel it. Now that the liquid is gone from the blister, it really shouldn't hurt. And because the tape is over that skin, it's not going to rub that skin away, it's not going to rub it raw, and it's hopefully not going to create a new blister. That is what I recommend to do if you have a blister on the trail. We've all been doing this technique for years. It's worked beautifully. We've had no issues whatsoever. Sometimes you do have to drain the blister more than one time, especially if you do have a blister on the soles of your feet. You are walking on it, and so even if you do have Leuko tape on there, the pressure is still going to create new liquid. So you might have to, again, that evening, drain your blister again. But draining it really should help with that pain. So to quickly summarize, if you do have blister issues currently, you want to find out the cause of your blisters and hopefully create a solution, whether that be get a larger size shoe, get a different shoe that breathes better, try different sock combos. I know you might not find something right away, but just try different sock combos until you no longer get blisters. And then make sure to always carry that needle, the lighter, and the antibacterial ointment with you, as well as some Leuko tape, and you should be absolutely golden next time you get a blister on your backpacking trip. If you have any questions or you have any blister tips and tricks, I'd love to hear it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next adventure.